You're listening to a segment of the Inside Rock podcast on IWW Radio, Niagara Falls. Go to jabberguys.com to hear the full episode, as well as other Inside Rock episodes with Oat,
Queeks,
and Cha,
the Jabberguys. Welcome to another episode of Inside Rock. This episode is called You Can Judge a Song by Its Cover with Oat, Queeks,
and Cha,
the Jabberguys.
Yeah, on this episode we have a special guest. We're bringing back the Giz.
Oh, the Giz is back in town. The Giz is back in town. That's a song, for those you don't know, by Thin Gizzy.
Yeah, that's bad. That was bad.
That was great.
Yeah, so he's going to, add some color commentary to the podcast, and he's got a couple stories from his past experiences, right, Giz?
Yeah, looking forward to it. Back again with the guys. Doesn't get much better than this.
Although I was mostly pumped because he brought moose meat tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we did eat well tonight.
Oh,
that's
man,
for
did
sure.
we ever?
I think we're all ready for a nap.
But first, we got to try to get through the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah. A few drinks, some venison, some moose meat, fries, onion rings. It was a good night.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. Now we were hoping to have another guest, but we got Giz, but that's okay.
Who was that, Josh?
She couldn't show up.
No.
The stripper you tried to get.
She couldn't make it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's
No,
all right.
the Giz is here, so we're glad to have him. And we're talking about songs that have been covered by other bands, and in some cases did even better than the original.
Yeah, some did and some didn't. But ones we're going to talk about, I think everybody's familiar with them. You probably heard most of these, and you probably thought they were the original artists, but they weren't.
So, for example, you got one there, Queeks?
Well, let's go with a Canadian band. Everybody knows the Guess Who?
Oh, yeah. Their huge breakout song, which really made them popular in the States, was
American Woman.
American Woman.
And, it was called American Woman, but it was really a tribute to Canadian women. That's the way they wrote the song for Canadian women. If you listen to the lyrics, right, it's more pro-Canadian women.
Yeah. And that was their huge breakout song. But then somebody else covered it after them.
Yeah, he did.
Jeez, I wonder who that was.
Wow. This guy won a Grammy Award for Best Male Vocal in 1999 for this song. And who is it? Come on, somebody back up.
Lenny, baby.
Lenny, baby. Mr. Cool. And Lenny Kravitz is like the coolest artist.
Kravitz, yeah.
Right?
He's cool. But you know what? That's very surprising, I bet, to most people, because you think of Lenny, I don't know, like that's the song you think of. That's the one they play the most on the radio. American Woman by Lenny Kravitz.
Not me personally.
No, you know what I mean, though. Like mainstream.
It was a big hit for him, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank the Canadian boys for that one, right?
Or the Canadian women.
See, to me, when I think of American Woman, I think of the Guess Who.
Yeah, think about that. That's going to be 51 years ago.
Man, you're old.
51 years ago. It was 1970 when they released that, right?
Yeah.
The Guess Who.
What were you? Oh, you were about like 30 or 40 back then?
I was actually in high school.
Oh.
Charlie, you better speak up. He can't quite hear you.
And so it begins. See,
Giz,
this is what I put up with.
Turn up the volume.
Yeah, this is what I put up with. All right. Okay, so that's that one. What about another one?
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Giz was just talking to me about Burton Cummings, right? Mm-hmm. Tell us the story about Burton Cummings.
Oh, my God. Burton Cummings. Yeah. Okay, so this was actually just 2 years ago at the Rama Casino.
Casino Rama.
And, I'd never seen Burton Cummings or the Guess Who live, and so this was a good chance to go and see him perform. So Burton comes out. One man, one piano. The piano doesn't work.
No.
Nightmare.
How can a piano not work?
So he's twiddling the keys, and it does not. Obviously, it's a keyboard, but it was.
Okay.
Yeah. I should say that. And so he's just sitting there and stares over at stage left and says, somebody get their ass out here. And they go out, and he's starting to play around with it to try to fix it. And he says to the crowd, By the way, this guy, this is his last shift. He's never working here again.
Poor
He's
slob's
done.
out there trying to get it
And
fixed. He's being humiliated in front of thousands of people.
Yeah, thousands of people. And there's this kind of a I think he's trying to be funny. I think this is funny. And Burton decides to turn it into a little bit of a song about this guy being his last time once the keyboard started working again. And I thought, wow, that guy, to be that guy that night was just crazy.
That's
but,
embarrassing. So
yeah,
he was not
yeah.
kind to the man.
He was not kind to the man. Who knows what happened to him?
I'd like to look that up. We're going to have to dig into that and find out what happened to that poor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He's
I heard
probably working coat check, doing something where he can't fuck it up. So
Oh, you can fuck up code check.
well, you can actually.
Oh,
yeah.
you get the tags messed up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's troubles.
You sound like you're speaking from experience.
No. I just had my coat lost a couple of times. That's all I'm saying.
but sometimes it can work in your favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is a nicer coat. Thank you.
Yeah, that could happen to me quite easily.
What's the better coat? That's the one I want.
Yeah. All right, well, that's great. Well, there's one. There's our first cover song. That was a good tune, though, by Lenny. And it had that kind of, what's that called? Remember the sound he had for that when he was singing? What's that called?
Oh,
do you know what I mean? It was
it's not a distortion.
Yeah,
or
it was
something.
almost like a distortion
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing. I don't know what that's
he
called.
did, yeah.
But, it had a different sound to it. Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't crazy about it.
You know what? I'll find a version of it on YouTube and put it in the
Hey,
show
never
notes.
mind. You know what my favorite cover of American Woman is, other than the Guess Who, but the cover was by Crocus. Remember
Oh
Crocus?
my God, I
Whoa.
forgot about that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Crocus covered that, and it was great.
yeah.
So which one do you want me to put in the show notes?
Whatever.
Lenny Kravitz or Crocus?
Put them both in there, man.
All right, we'll put them both in.
Crocus. Oh my gosh, I
Crocus.
forgot all about those guys.
Remember
their shining moment must have been for opening for Rush.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they
Wow,
did.
they
open for
did.
Rush.
Crocus did open
Yeah,
for
they were
Rush.
the opening act on. I'm trying to think of what tour that was. Maybe Signals.
That's
going way
huge.
back. Yeah,
Love Crocus. Great band. I love them.
yeah.
Long Stick Goes Boom. That was one of my favorite tunes by Crocus. Anyway, sorry, we're getting off track. Anyway.
Are we?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so here's a guy that early in his career wrote songs for other artists. And we're talking about the boss.
Bruce,
Okay, so what song did he write? Somebody speak up.
Because of the Night.
Yeah, baby. Patti Smith.
Yeah, when I think of that song, I think of Patti Smith.
Yeah. It was really a big hit for her. Patti Smith's big anyway, but that was a really big hit for her in the 70s. Somebody speak up.
Well, since you're talking about Bruce Springsteen,
Yeah.
what was the other one that he
Well, Blinded by the Light.
blinded?
Blinded
Yeah,
by the Light.
I was fascinated by that.
Yeah, Manfred Mann's
Manfred
Earth
Man.
Band.
Yeah, that's who I think of. I didn't know Springsteen had anything to do with that.
Oh yeah.
And such a different sound. Both arrangements are just so uniquely different too.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I remember seeing Manfred Mann on the Midnight Special. I remember them seeing that doing one of the first times I've heard Blinded by the Light, and I saw them on Midnight Special back in the 70s do it. Yeah, it was great. It's like a long song too.
Gibbs, you got to remember the Midnight Special.
Oh, absolutely.
I know. I didn't want to insult you.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. We just wanted to verbalize it.
Burt Sugarman.
I was at least out of diapers around that time, so yeah. Remember it well.
so you were like 12.
Nice.
Yeah, in dog years.
All right, so here's one we talked about in a previous podcast.
Yep.
Louie Louie by the Kingsmen.
Yeah. Originally performed by Rockin' Robin Roberts and the Wailers. That's who originally did it, I guess.
You know how many bands have done that song?
Oh, tons.
There's a list.
Yeah.
That
And
I
we,
won't- that
and
I
we
won't
still
reveal.
don't know what the words are.
No, nobody does.
Well, we talked about that, about the FBI investigation. The parents and everybody, they were outraged because what's he
Wow.
saying? What is he saying?
some underlining code.
Yeah, they thought it was some hidden satanic message or something in the lyrics.
Meanwhile, the guy was just shit-faced.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Great tune, though.
But one of those songs that guitarists always learn, one of the first ones they learn is that, you got that nice repetitive kind of,
It's over and
Yeah.
over. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
3 chords.
It's
Yeah.
3 chords.
It's 3 chords. It took them less than an hour to record that, the Kingsmen.
Okay, I've got one.
Okay.
The All Along the Watchtower by Hendrix.
Oh, you went right
wow.
for the big one, did you?
Well, let's do it.
you did it. You went
do
for the
it.
big one. This one tops a lot of lists of favorite covers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, if you look on
I
the
can see
internet.
that.
Yeah, for sure. Bob Dylan was humbled, I guess. He thought he was overwhelmed, is what he said when he first heard it. It's so different from his version.
Yeah.
But he was in favor of it. He really loved it. Yeah. Let's jump ahead to a little bit of disco. What about the Queen of Disco, Donna Summer?
Donna Summer, right?
Right. So she did, one of her big hits was MacArthur Park. Everybody knows this song, but it was actually a cover by the original artist was Richard Harris.
Yeah, and Richard Harris did it on a lark. It wasn't even supposed to be serious.
Oh, I know. Well, listen here. It's
You
also
hum up a couple bars.
What? Which song is it? You hum.
Come on.
So it's also known as the Cake in the Rain song.
Yeah.
So listen to this one verse, and this will give you an idea. This guy had to be on acid when he wrote this. MacArthur's Park is melting in the dark, all the sweet green icing flowing down. Someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think that I can take it because it took so long to bake it, and I'll never have that recipe again.
That's a sad song.
Wow.
Cake in the Rain song.
That's it. Cake
It's almost like a mix between Dr. Seuss and somebody else.
Dr. Seuss.
I don't know. Maybe they're outside of Baskin Robbins or something.
something.
On a hot day.
Anyway, that's a great cover. Speaking of covers, which we are all this whole show, what about
Me and Bobby McGee
me and Bobby McGee?
by Janis Joplin. That's who I think of.
Well, of course, right?
Yeah, of course.
But Giz, who actually wrote it?
Chris Christopherson.
There you go.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was a hell of a songwriter.
yeah, he was for sure. What else did he do?
Sunday morning coming down.
There it
for
is. Yeah, we were talking
Johnny.
about that earlier.
That was Johnny's comeback song, pretty much after one of his many drug fueled relapses. And
Johnny
Chris,
Cash.
Chris, Johnny Cash. Yeah, and Chris gave him this song to help him rebuild his career. Yeah, it was really cool. That's a great song.
Janis Joplin, one of the 27 Club members. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people died when they were
Jimi
27.
Hendrix.
Yeah.
There's so many. Yeah, we'll do another show.
Jim
Probably-
Morrison. Yeah.
Oh,
Amy
Kurt
Winehouse.
The
Yeah.
27 Club.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So this next chick, I mean, she pretty much. We talked about her and when she was on Saturday Night Live and ripped the picture of the Pope up and
O'Connor?
fight the
Sinead
real
O'Connor,
fight
yeah.
the real enemy a little bit. But she had a huge hit. Nothing compares to you.
That was a great song.
Yeah. Well, you associate that song with her, but who actually did it? Who actually wrote it?
Prince.
Prince. Absolutely. Yeah.
Did Prince actually ever perform that? I'm sure he
Yes.
did at
Oh,
some
yeah, he
point,
did.
but I don't remember actually.
Yeah, he
hearing-
did. He's got his cover's really good. I shouldn't say it's a cover. It's his
It's
song.
his song.
Yeah.
It's his song, but his version is really quite good. Yeah, yeah, great guitar player too.
Yeah, she went downhill in flames after that. Eh? She couldn't get a job at a taco stand after that thing.
Yeah, it probably wasn't the best timing for her.
Well, it's not that she was wrong.
No.
It's just that it was delivered inappropriately.
I would agree.
Who was that? Who was that artist that sang "Over the Rainbow"? That's another.
Judy
good one.
Garland?
You just want to hear me try to say that song or say his name, right? Well, I'm going to give it a shot.
Let's
You
go.
ready?
Let's go.
All right. Israeli guacamole oleo. That's not even freaking close. It was Kamakawiolo.
You did really well earlier.
Yeah. You did that just to hear me say it, didn't
We
you?
just want to hear you say it.
Yeah,
but
I know. So, I mean, originally by Judy Garland and Louis Armstrong, right? So it's a combo song. But it was a great version. I mean, a lot of different movies and TV shows have used his version. Let's just call him Israel K.
Israel K. I think that's actually was his nickname.
Israel K.
Yeah.
Because nobody could pronounce his last name. Now, unfortunately, Israel is no longer with us. He's passed
Died
away.
in 1997. Yeah,
Yeah, from respiratory.
heart
Well,
failure.
he was a big man.
Big John.
Yeah.
Jimmy
Dean.
Jimmy Dean. Big John. Yeah,
I love that song.
I know. Big Bad John.
I love that song. Anyway, but we digress. Thanks for listening to this segment of the Inside Rock podcast. To hear the full episode, go to jabberguys.com and listen to our episodes with
Oh, Queeks and Cha. The
Jabber Guys. Remember to go to our website, jabberguys.com, to subscribe to our podcasts, Inside Rock and Weird and Wacky World.